Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a bonus episode of the Trudge Report podcast. We got Danny P and Shawn here talking all things NCAA March Madness. We're going to recap some of the first two rounds and then give some quick analysis and breakdown and preview of the Sweet 16. We are there. We are two rounds into this thing. Just some unbelievable games. Danny P, let's start first and foremost. How are you? What's going on this evening? Big win for the Uconn Huskies last night.
Big win. And I think it's starting to come together, man. Braylon Mullins seen a couple of baskets go through, so I'm getting super excited for that. And DC is going to be rocking. Yeah, I mean, I was really worried after the first round. I mean, they've been so inconsistent all year, but I mean, it really looks good, man. That they're going to be getting it together. But everything's good, man.
I know a good win last night. I have to ask, what's up with Solo Ball, dude? He doesn't look great. He doesn't look right. Is something wrong with his wrist or his hand or something? Did he get injured earlier in the year?
Yeah, so earlier in the year he hurt his wrist, and for that affected him for a while. And then I think it just got in his head, man. And also, I've saw, I'm in a bunch of Uconn forums and stuff, and Solo Ball stunk at defense last year, like awful. And he's still not great, but the emphasis on defense takes so much more physical labor, and he's trying to be a better defender, and I feel like it made him a worse shooter.
Well, and that's what they were saying. I was listening to the CBS Sports college basketball podcast. That's the one I listen to all the time, and they were saying that it wasn't even I guess Dan Hurley was on record saying it wasn't that he didn't keep taking him out because he was shooting terribly. That was part of it, obviously. Whoop, there goes my video. That was part of it, obviously. But he said that it was more because he was giving up plays on defense as well. He just couldn't trust him. Not that he doesn't trust him overall, but in that moment. So who knows? I do think, and tell me how you feel about this. I think if UConn's going to continue to make a run, he's got to be better.
Yeah, and it's actually making me feel pretty confident, man, because it was really like on all three of them, Caravan, Mullins, and Ball to hit threes. Caravan had a knockdown game. Mullins hit a bunch of shots, so it kind of takes the pressure off him having to be the guy. That maybe, I mean, because shooters shoot. If he makes one, he could roll. You know what I mean? True. So like we won both games with him doing nothing. So I'm kind of confident that like if he can contribute at all and those guys can shoot, man, I mean, super dangerous.
Yeah, I agree. So we'll see. So we'll get to some preview and analysis here in a little bit. Pick a game. What was besides obviously your UConn win? What was one of your favorite games over the first two rounds that you want to talk about?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, dude, that Nebraska Vandy, that game was so up and down, back and forth. And I was talking to my buddy about it, who's a diehard Nebraska fan, and I was like, you just got to give Vanderbilt so much credit. That was an away game. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like they 100%. Answered, it was 100% all away game, and they answered the bell every time with threes, twos, defense, whatever they had to do. Those guards are fast. It was just so high paced, you know what I mean, and just such a great action packed game. That's by far, because even like the Florida buzzer beater, it wasn't like an action packed. Like Florida was down a lot, and then they started coming back, and it wasn't like Vandy and Nebraska is by far the best to me. What about you?
I would have to agree. I think last night the St. John's game was pretty special. What's his name? Dylan Darling, right there at the end, over Kansas. I thought that was a great game, especially because St. John's led the entire game and they got up double-digit points a few different times, and Kansas just kept clawing back and clawing back and clawing back. I thought that was a great game. I would agree with the Nebraska Vanderbilt game. I thought, what was it? The Arkansas, who did Arkansas play? Oh, Arkansas High Point game was also pretty good.
Yeah.
Dude, High Point, I was impressed.
No joke.
I was impressed. I mean, I know the score was what it was, but and Arkansas, again, was kind of up most of the game, but High Point just kept clawing back and clawing back and clawing back. I also got to give a big shout out to Texas over Gonzaga. Cam Heide hitting his one and only basket. I mean, Texas has played 3 games in 5 days. They were in the play-in tournament, beat NC State, solid win over NC State. And I forget who they played in the first round, but
Clemson? No, it wasn't Clemson.
I'll look it up right now. But then to come and beat number 3 Gonzaga, to get in was, I thought, just like phenomenal. It was BYU. That's right. They played BYU in the first round and beat them.
No, NC State.
No, that was in the play-in. That was the play-in.
Oh, I thought you meant the play-in.
Yeah, no, first round they
Oh,
beat BYU. So they
oh
played
yeah,
NC State, BYU, and now Gonzaga. I mean, that's three
yeah,
really, really good teams. So I'm highly impressed with them. I can't wait to see what they can do. Um, in the next round.
yeah. They got me number one in my bracket pool. I'm in
Really
one with 150 people, and I had them going to I think the Sweet 16 or Elite Eight.
nice, nice. Okay, all right. Um, Biggest kind of disappointment so far for you, and you can say
Oh,
it. You can say it if you want. I know who it is for me.
oh no, no. I really, honestly, to me, it's not them. No, I don't think it's your boys. Let me take a little gander real quick. Last night, man. My biggest disappointment would be Texas Tech.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Because Alabama, without their point guard and stuff like that, they should
Okay.
have. I thought they should have. They lost by 26 or something.
Yeah, I mean, Tech they are without JT Toppin, but yeah, that was a
Yeah,
that was a blowout though. You're right.
that's what I mean. Like, and their point guard, that dude's really good. They have
Yeah,
a really good team. Let me look back in the first though.
I would say
Um,
for me, obviously my UNC boys losing to VCU in the first round the way they did,
yeah.
up 19 points with, I don't know, 12 minutes to go or whatever, having it get to overtime and then losing in overtime. I would say Florida's loss yesterday was a pretty big disappointment.
Yeah.
And
Mhm,
shouts to Iowa. That
mhm.
was, I mean, that was unbelievable what Iowa did. We talked about it before we started recording. That last, I can't get over it how bad that last play was defensively for them. And they're supposed to be a really good defensive team. Letting Bennett Sturts, they're inbounding the ball on their own defensive end. They had to go full length of the court. Sturts, I think Xavier Lee lets Sturts get free initially. He cuts across the court, catches it just before midcourt, and has plenty of room to dribble, and then just hits a quick bounce pass to, I forget the guy's name in the corner, makes the
Mhm.
three, and then not only that, Florida doesn't even get a shot off. Now I know there was only a couple seconds,
Yeah.
but they like basically fumble the ball, turn it over, and that was it. They didn't even get a shot off. So I
No,
thought that was a big disappointment to me.
it's like taking a sack. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just throw the ball up,
right,
man.
right. That's all you
Just
gotta
throw
do.
the ball up.
That's all you got to do. I would say Kansas is a bit of a disappointment, but they've been kind of up and down all year.
Yeah.
I also really like St. John's, and St. John's is a juggernaut right now. They
Yeah.
are a 5 seed playing like a 1 or a 2
Yeah.
seed, hands
Yeah.
down. We talked about that. Louisville was a bit of a disappointment, but I know Michael Brown Jr. hasn't
Mhm.
been playing that great. Um, what else? Any other disappointments for you so far? I think the
Uh,
Gonzaga loss to Texas is a disappointment as well.
See, that's what, like, but I put Gonzaga, Kansas, Illinois, Iowa State. Like, those teams are my always letdown teams. I mean, they're always going to let you down. They never, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Kansas won the national chip, but they always, they're always overseeded to me,
right,
anyways.
right. Yeah. Um, the Clemson Iowa game in the first round was a really good game.
Yeah.
Obviously, Iowa won. That was a really good game.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, we got a lot of stuff. I mean, Illinois looks really good. I think Illinois might be the best team that no one's really talking about. Uh,
Yeah.
I know they struggle a little bit defensively at times, but they are. I mean, I think they had the highest rated offense or top two or three
Yeah.
highest rated offense all year, even after
And
they
then,
took
yeah.
some bad losses all year.
Yeah. Yeah. I think even like without Wagler and with him, like they're always the top offense.
Yep. Yep. All right. So let's get into some preview stuff. So Sweet 16 is set. Games will start this Thursday. Um, let's go. I'm going to go in order of the games. I'll do that. Instead of the bracket order, I'll go in order of the
Yeah.
games. So it looks like we have Thursday at 7:30. We have the Iowa-Nebraska game. What did you call it?
Uh,
The White Bowl or something like
the all yeah, the all white bowl.
that? The all White Bowl.
Mashed
Number
potatoes.
number 9 Iowa versus number 4 Nebraska. Um, what do you got? Give me a couple.
I mean, do
Couple
they played each other twice already, right? I
Yes.
would assume. Yeah, yeah. So I mean, the like how familiar they are with them each other. I mean, I honestly, Iowa lives and dies by threes. You know what I mean? And so does Nebraska does the same. So whoever hits the threes, like it's really they don't have, Nebraska doesn't have an inside guy. They don't. So
Yeah.
Iowa's a little tougher, but I feel like it's just going to be whoever hits more threes.
So I think I'm taking Nebraska. If nothing else, I love the story, the Hoiberg coach and the Hoiberg son, shortest man
Yeah.
in the sport. Nebraska. I think we talked about this last week on our preview pod. Nebraska had never won an NCAA tournament game ever in school
Which
history.
is so
Ever.
it's so
Yeah,
wild.
they wouldn't have thought that
How?
ever,
Yeah.
and now they're in the Sweet 16. So
Yeah.
Iowa lost to Nebraska a few months ago in overtime,
Mm,
and then the score ended up being a little lopsided. It was 84-75, but it did go to overtime,
mm,
and then they beat Nebraska um, one in the last regular season game, 57-52,
yeah.
which is a very low scoring game, right?
Yeah.
That's what that tells me. It's a very low scoring game. So net rank, Iowa's 27th, Nebraska's 14th. Strength of schedule similar, points per game similar, and opposing points per game similar. So it looks like they're pretty well matched up. I mean, Nebraska obviously beats them out in a few of those, but they are fairly well matched up. So
Yeah.
um,
Well, I give you got to give. I mean, that's what like Iowa showed. With that front court of Florida, they bullied them around.
yeah,
And I feel like that's how they would have to beat Nebraska. They got to out tough them because
yeah,
Nebraska is not. They're not big man down low banging and nothing like that.
right. Um, All right. So the next game on Thursday is this actually game tips earlier. This game tips
Mm,
at 7:10. The Nebraska game tips at 7:30, but same
mm.
thing. 11 Texas versus number 2 Purdue. Purdue's a different team right now.
So
Purdue,
different
Purdue is a completely different team right now.
on a
I guess.
mission.
So, what do you think? Give me a couple thoughts on that.
Yeah, I mean they're on a mission, dude. You know what I mean? But like it's like I really Texas has the guards. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They have the guards to shut them down, and
Yeah.
then and they got the big dude in the middle. And I mean their coach Miller, he's a phenomenal coach.
Yeah.
But I think and I don't ever pick Purdue because I always think they flop. But I really think it Purdue like they're on a mission. It's just one of those things that's happening. They're like a steam train right now,
It's
man.
one of those things where like they were the number one preseason
Yeah,
number one team,
yeah,
right? In
yeah,
a lot of metrics and stuff. And they obviously fell well short of that, losing. I think they lost a record amount of games at home. But it's
yeah,
one of those things. It's like when you're touted to be the best team and the money's on you, and like you said, they usually always choke. That one year they lost to a 16 seed, I think, in the first round.
mhm,
This year they're like, yeah, they're a 2 seed, and they're only a 2 seed because they won the Big Ten championship.
yeah,
Other than that, they probably would have been a 4 seed, maybe a
yeah,
5 seed,
mhm,
possibly a 3 if not. But they're kind of like the best team no one's really talking about right now. As
yeah,
in Illinois, I would say kind of, now
yeah,
maybe that's because we don't trust them and we think they're going to flop. But on paper, they should beat Texas easily. Like
yeah,
I know it's March and it's the tournament. Crazy things can happen, but
yeah,
I'm looking at it right now. They blow them out of net rank ninth over Texas being 42nd.
mm,
Uh, strength of schedule eighth, Purdue 65th
yeah,
for Texas. They do score 82 points per game both, but Purdue only allows 70 points per game. Texas allows 76 and change. So on
mhm,
paper, you know they should
yeah.
be, but
And the and
it's
the and
you know,
the big X factor, them dudes have been together 3 years plus, man. You know what I mean? That's huge, dude. That's
I like
so
I
huge.
like Braden Smith. I know not everybody's a fan of him. I
Oh
do. I like Braden Smith. I think he's a
no,
really good point guard.
he's a baller. He's a baller. Fletcher Lawyer's overrated. He's
I think
ridiculously
so. I'll
overrated.
give you that one. I'll give you that one.
Yeah, he's so
He
overrated.
gets he gets so much heat from like the fan base. It's kind of funny. Um,
Yeah,
I think Trey Kaufman Wren is good. I don't know if
yeah,
he's like superstar NBA talent,
mhm,
but I think he's very very good college
yeah,
player. He's big. He's strong. He's great around the rim.
mhm,
And like you said, he's been there for 4 years. I think that's
yeah,
huge nowadays. You know,
huge.
it's a different conversation when you want to get a high draft pick in the NBA draft and you want to get the
Mhm,
money, as
mhm.
opposed to who's most well built to make a run in March, right?
Yeah, yeah, and I think not having a guy like when they had Edie or anything like that,
Yeah,
they don't have a guy. They're a team right now.
that's
And you know
true.
what I mean? There's no there. I feel like that's a total different facet because
Yeah,
like when UConn played Purdue in the championship, Edie was the guy. No one
yeah,
else was dependent on to score. So
yeah.
you know what I mean? When we shut them down, it was like what I mean. That's it. But I feel
Yeah.
like this will be the first time ever I think Purdue is going to make a run at it, man.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. They're definitely poised to get to the Elite Eight.
Yeah,
Here's the next one is probably the one I'm most looking forward to. It's
your
a
boys.
it's Arkansas, Arizona, dude. Arkansas, Arizona. I love Arkansas. I told you, you knew that was
Yeah.
my like non-chalk pick to win. I have them in one of the brackets I did. I have them winning the
Mhm.
whole thing. Darius Acuff Jr. is an absolute dude. He's
Yeah.
an absolute dude. They are fast. They shoot. They dunk. They play great defense.
Yeah.
Um, I am excited to see them. The problem is Arizona is the number
Yeah.
one overall seed for a reason. They have
Mm,
7 dudes that could drop
mm,
25 points. They have
yeah.
the most depth of anybody in the country.
Mm,
Um, and they're just, and the crazy part is like, they don't have like a standout player like Darius. I
no.
mean, Noah Pete is, Bradley kind of is, but not
Mm,
not on the same level of AJ DeBonsa, Darren Peterson, Darius
yeah.
Acuff, Keaton Wagler, Lendenborg, Yaxel Lendenborg. Like they don't have it. They're just so
Mm.
deep and so good and so well coached. So I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be an absolute, it's gonna be
Yeah,
awesome, dude. Yeah, but like it's so funny because really the best player on the team, the guy who's gonna get the ball at the end of the game is Bradley,
yeah.
and he's not even the touted guy. You know what
No,
I mean? Like
no,
Kopi
it's
and,
crazy.
and Burries is nasty.
Right, Braden Berries. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, like, and it's a closer. And that's how they beat UConn. Bradley
yeah,
had like 22 points or something like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, the
I agree.
guy's a stud. Yeah, but
Um,
Calamari got the Razorbacks flowing, man. I
Dude,
mean, they're
I
playing.
know, I know. Acuff's averaging 23.3 points a game.
Mm,
Braden Burries, and that's the thing. Braden Burries is averaging 16 points a game, but then you have like 3 other dudes on Arizona that are averaging like 14 and 15 points a game. So
yeah,
they're extremely well rounded. Both are Arizona's 10-0 in their last 10 games. Arkansas is
mm,
9-1 in their last 10 games.
mm,
That is not nothing. They got their asses whooped by Florida in the regular season. Arkansas did
yeah.
by like 40 something points. Other than that, they've won the other 9 games. So
Mm.
I don't know. That's fascinating to me. I'm very very much looking forward to that game.
What's your pick? What's your pick on it?
Oh, Arkansas! I'm gonna go Arkansas.
You're going Arkansas?
Yeah, because I picked him to win the whole thing, so I got to
Yeah,
pick him. You know, I
yeah,
I
yeah,
listen. I'm not a fool. I know that that might be wrong, but
yeah,
um, all right. The last game of Thursday is the late tip, 10:05 p.m. on TBS. Number 3, Illinois. Number 2, Houston. That's
yeah.
intriguing. That's
That's a
intriguing.
that's a game because it's literally the opposites coming at each
Yeah,
other, man. Hey,
Houston was in my one of my other brackets. They're my pick to win the whole thing.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I mean it's just like the best offense versus the best defense.
Yeah,
Houston can't score. You know what I mean? Illinois
yeah,
can't play defense,
yep.
but I think the X factor is the coaching. You know what I mean? I really think the X factor is the coaching in that
Kelvin
game.
Sampson, future Hall of Famer, most likely.
Yeah, and Underwood stinks, man. I mean, that's
Yeah, I'm
he's
kind of with you on that.
yeah. I mean, I was at the Garden when UConn played Illinois in that 30-0 run, and the
Yeah,
guy kept telling them to go at Klingon, and he had like 10 blocks, and he kept going at Klingon, and he made no adjustment at all. Like it's just like I don't know. I've never seen him. I don't think I think Sampson's gonna have some kind of game plan that is gonna eliminate what they do.
I also think Houston is a little bit like Purdue in the sense that they had those 3 losses in a row. Now, albeit they were to Arizona, Michigan, and I think Kansas. I think they
Kansas,
played them
yeah,
back to back to back in the regular season.
yeah,
Yes, you would have liked them to see it win at least one of those games against that kind of competition, but um, you know they're kind of in that same place where they're just they're on a different level right now. I think
yeah,
you know what I mean. Kind of the same thing
yeah.
as Purdue. Um, Houston only allows 62 points a game. To your point, Illinois allows 70 plus.
Mhm, mhm,
Um, Illinois scores almost 85 points a game. They average.
mhm.
Houston only averages 77. So that's
Yeah,
going to be the big difference right there. Strength of schedule similar. Record versus top 25 similar. net rank, you had eighth Illinois versus fifth Houston. So very, very similar. That it is interesting that the betting market 65% are saying that Houston's going to win. So
Yeah. That's how I
it is,
mean, because you know how everyone is nowadays. They're going to pick the offense over the defense
yeah,
always. Like that. I just feel like
that
that's
is interesting. Keaton Wagler and Kingston Flemings, both the guards, freshman guards for each team, unbelievable. I mean,
I
really and
love.
truly unbelievable. You
I
know,
love Flemings is awesome, man.
Dude,
I love.
they're so good,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
good. So that's going to be an interesting one as well.
Mm.
So let's move to Friday. Oh, I lost my place here. Let's move to Friday, and then the first game on Friday is it looks like it's the Duke St. John's game. Is that right? Yeah.
Is
Yep.
it 7 o'clock?
7:10 tip. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Duke St. John's.
Dude, it's
Duke doesn't look great. Duke doesn't look great. I
no.
know they keep winning. They don't look great.
Yeah. Yeah,
Bottom line.
they haven't played any, you know what I mean? Like I just like that they were struggling against teams and
Yeah.
and I the guard play and the defense on St. John's going against guys that are not experienced at point guard for
Yeah.
Duke is going to be I think an absolute nightmare.
Yeah. Duke is really missing Caleb Foster, the big guy, but not Badunga.
Yeah, Mundunga or I
Whatever his
don't know.
name is.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
do think that helps take some heat off Cameron Boozer. Um, I think Zuby Ejiofor is going to have a field day with Cameron Boozer. I don't know. I
yeah,
just think he's going to give it to him hard. They got Hopkins too. They got a bunch. St. John's has length.
yeah,
Um, I think they're going to give it to him. You know me, I like St. John's. They were my
yeah,
one of
me
my
too.
other picks on my other three in one of my three brackets. So
Mhm.
I'm obviously going to take them. And I also can just never ever root for Duke ever.
Never.
Can't do
No.
it as a UNC fan.
Yeah, no chance, dude. No chance.
All the metrics favor Duke. I mean, but that's not a super shock just because of how
Yeah.
they finished the year and
Mm.
their statistics. Um, I was surprised to see that St. John's averages they average the same amount of points per game, 81 points per game. I was surprised to see that.
Yeah, me
I
too.
didn't think
Yeah.
St. John's was that
No, they're
proficient
like
on offense, but
yeah,
uh,
they're like 200 and something and like
yeah,
threes and twos and something like
yeah,
that.
yep. But again, Duke's 10-0 in their last 10 games. St. John's is
Mm.
9-1. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think it's
we
gonna be,
uh,
yeah,
when I was talking to that St. John's fan today, it's like the one thing, it's same thing if UConn played Duke. So if what's his name, the center Najungba or whatever it is, if
yeah,
he's playing, Zuby's obviously gonna guard Boozer, right? So
right,
who's gonna guard him? You know what I mean? So that's like UConn has the same thing, is that like Reed would obviously guard Boozer. Like who's
right,
gonna guard the actual center? So like they might have to play Prey and Edgefor at the same time
yeah,
because otherwise no one's going to be able to guard the center.
yeah, yeah. That's a good point.
That's
Very
the
good.
one thing that might be like, you know what I mean, that might change
Yeah,
things around.
yeah. Next game, Michigan, Alabama, 7:35 Friday. Does
Uh,
Alabama stand a chance?
dude, I thought that, you know what I mean, I thought they were dead in the water without Holloway, but I mean, them blowing out Texas Tech like that. I mean, I don't know. It's just like the only
Michigan's a
complaint.
very different team than Texas Tech.
Yeah, but the only complaint about Michigan all year is that if they don't want to play, they don't play. You know what I mean?
Oh, true.
They could start slow, and if they
True.
start slow with Alabama, you could be down 40 points.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Like Alabama's only chance to win this game, they have to put up an inordinate amount of three pointers and make
Yes.
a really
Yeah.
good percentage of them. If
Yeah.
they do that, then I think they can hang and
Mm.
possibly beat them. But that's the only way.
Only way. Yeah.
Michigan is stacked, dude.
Yeah.
Like Michigan is stacked.
Yeah.
Whatever we were saying about Arizona earlier about their depth and all that,
Yeah.
Michigan is very similar to that.
Uh,
And they have a couple dudes. You know what I mean?
eh,
They have
yeah.
obviously Yaxel Lendenborg.
Oh, he's so nasty.
Like
Johnson.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
But yeah, they have all the length too, man. I mean, they have length. Like it's crazy. Like and
yeah.
with skill.
Yep, I agree. I agree.
I think
Um,
they're I think they're a nightmare matchup for anybody, but it's just like, they said during the season sometimes, man, they just go in a spell.
Here's the interesting thing: Michigan scores 87 points per game. Alabama scores 91 points per game.
Yeah, yeah,
However, Alabama lets up 82.5 points per game.
mm,
Michigan only 69.6.
yeah.
That's
Yeah, they got
amazing.
the yeah Mara. Having a big dude like Mara in the middle. I mean, it's just such an equalizer. But yeah, like you said, they Alabama's got to score 110, and then they could
Right.
win it.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I think they could absolutely. That'll be a good one to watch, though.
Yeah, yeah, high octane. Yeah, I'm curious, man, because like I said, I mean, Alabama put they could put up points so fast.
I like Yaxel more too. I'm a
Yeah,
fan of his.
yeah,
Next to
he's,
Darius Acuff, I like him. All right, let's see. Next one, 9:45 Friday. Michigan State versus the
yeah,
Yukon Dan Hurleys.
yeah.
Go ahead, I'll let you have this one.
All right, man. All right.
What is the key to victory for the Yukon Huskies?
Yeah, I mean, the key to victory to me is Reed not getting in foul trouble. That's like absolutely enormous, because they got the two big dudes. But Caravan can take the one big dude that shoots threes. I think Cooper's this actual center. So Reed will be on Cooper, and then Kohler, Caravan will guard. And it's just UConn has had a lot of trouble with guarding guards and not letting them drive to the hoop. So
And
keeping
Michigan State
fears.
has a really good one in Jeremy Fears.
Yeah, so I think that's the key is fears because Demery is super length. He has length, you know what I mean. So if he could stay in front of him and not let him drive and kick, then I think that's the key right there. Is that and Reed not getting in foul trouble. Because if Ryby has to come in and stuff like that, I mean, I think it might be an issue. But I don't think we got to hit a million threes in this game. I think it's gonna be 60 something to 60 something in this game.
Okay. More of a grind session then.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's gonna push it. Like, Izzo's gonna run offense and stuff because he knows, Izzo knows just like, with Mick Cronin or Patino, like they call timeouts when UConn scores 4 points. Because if you start letting them go, you know
Right.
what I mean, then it's gonna be 15, 20 points
They're a
before you.
momentum team. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
exactly.
all the rankings are very similar. Strength to scale, yeah, everything's pretty similar. Points per game similar, opposing points per game similar, 3 point percentage. Everything's very similar. I think to your point, Terrace Reed, yes, but I think it's the guard play. I
Yep.
think whoever's guards and Jeremy Fears is a hell of a guard,
Yep.
Um, but again, we were just talking about it. Solo ball needs to have a good game, I think, and
Yeah, because they don't really have 3-point shooters. You know what I mean? They
no,
got they got
right,
a dude Tang that comes off the bench, but Fierce don't shoot threes really.
right.
Carr does, but it takes him like 4 hours to load up to shoot it. And
Yeah.
he's wildly athletic. So but yeah, I do. I think it's just going to be a grinder. I think it's going to be in the 60s.
Yeah.
They played an exhibition. This year before the season started.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it was like 74-69 UConn. I mean, it wasn't like
Mhm.
full out and stuff
Yeah,
like that, but
yeah,
yeah, but that's like a little familiarity, so that's kind of cool, you know what I mean, on both
yeah,
sides. But yeah, I mean, I think it's Izzo versus Hurley, man. It's going to be super cool, but I really don't think that. I think it's just going to be a grinder, no matter what
yeah.
happens. The only way it could be a blowout is if Fears go nuts, Fears goes nuts, or Mullins and Ball start hitting threes. That's the only way it could be a blowout.
Caravan, what kind of game does Caravan have? You think?
I think it goes back to normalcy. He'll get like, you know what I mean, like his normal 12 points, probably like 5 rebounds or something like that. I
Yeah,
don't think after watching that Izzo's going to allow him to, you know what I mean, have the game that he had.
right, 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 right. Okay, all right, that'll be a good one. All right, last game, 10:30 on Friday. Number 6 Tennessee versus number 2 Iowa State.
Yeah.
Iowa State is favored 57%. The users have picked them to win. Um, Tennessee looks pretty good right now. Iowa State, I think Joshua Jefferson is hurt. Let me check that right now as I say that.
Yeah, he's out for the whole tournament.
No, it says game time decision.
Oh, really? I
Joshua
thought
Jefferson.
I thought he broke something.
I thought he did too, but it says lower body injury. Eh. This says his expected return was a few days ago, so sounds like it's a game time decision. But bottom line is, even if he comes back, is
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
is he 100%? Who knows? Xavion Mitchell, he's out. He's one of their forwards. He's out completely. He's pretty good,
Mm.
but I know you said Iowa State's one of those teams that always chokes. I don't know.
I think they win this game.
You think so?
Yeah, I think they win
Yeah.
this game because guard play NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
Lipsey's good. He's really good,
I
and
know. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but Tennessee, like they got length, man. They got Akpara and they got Amen, the freshman Amen, right? And
Yeah.
yeah, I mean they're really good and they're kind of running a little hot streak right now, you know. But yeah, I don't know. I think Iowa State, what they did against Kentucky was pretty impressive,
It
man.
was. It was. Especially, I don't know if you remember, it was really close at halftime,
It was like
and
dead
then they
heat.
they scored like they outscored them by like 22 points in the second half.
Yeah. Yeah, I was
Um,
literally I was texting Mark at halftime. He's like, "What do you think, Iowa State or Kentucky?" I was like, "Iowa State always chokes, man." And then all of a sudden they won by like 25.
yeah. Wow. All their metrics look very similar. They give up the same amount of points per game. They both score about the same amount of points per game. They're both only weirdly 6-4 in their last 10 games,
Yeah.
not including the tournament, obviously. So um, it just kind of, just I don't know. It's just kind of a weird thing there. But yeah, should be a good game. Should be a good
Yeah.
game. I think I'm gonna take Tennessee in that one. Actually, I'm gonna take
Yeah.
Tennessee. I'll go with that.
I'm
So
go I'm going with the guards at Iowa
yeah.
State.
But yeah, so there's the matchups. We got them. It's we got a few days off, a couple days of breather. Games start up again Thursday, and then
What's
we'll
your,
roll right through the weekend.
what's your biggest dud game that you're not really care about watching?
Um, I maybe that Iowa State Tennessee game because I really don't have any. I don't really feel anything for either of those two teams. Michigan, Alabama, I like. I like Dusty May, FAU, Florida Atlantic.
Yep.
Um, Texas, Purdue. I kind of like Purdue. I always have.
Mhm.
Plus, it's fun to see if Texas can keep the hot streak going. Obviously,
Mm.
Arkansas, Arizona, Houston, Illinois, Nebraska. Yeah, I think that's it. I think it's
Yeah.
probably that Iowa State Tennessee game.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
My second pick would be the Purdue Texas game because I
It
think
could be
they're
a
gonna.
blowout.
Yeah, I think they're
It
gonna
could
blow them
totally
out.
be a blowout. Yeah, I feel it too. I feel it
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
So right now, with everyone who's still in it, I know that UConn is your heart pick.
Yeah.
Put UConn aside for a second.
Yeah.
Who else is winning? Who's
Yeah.
taking the whole thing right now?
Yeah.
Florida's out.
Yeah. I mean, I'm almost rolling with you, but I'm staying Big East, man. I'm going St.
Okay.
John's.
Okay. All right. I like it.
Yeah.
Uh, out of the chalk teams left, out of the number one seeds, who do you think
Oh.
has the best chance? I think
Ar-
Duke's out.
yeah, Arizona.
Arizona. Yeah, I think I would say
Yeah.
that too.
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Arkansas, and then I, I think Arizona too. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Arizona too. So
Yeah. Yeah. Duke's. I mean, I really honestly, I think St. John's might handle them like pretty
yeah,
easily.
you might be right. You absolutely might be right. They might just come with so much intensity too. So
Yeah.
good stuff. Well, I look forward to it. Danny P, love doing this with you always.
It's,
We'll be back. Yeah, we'll come back after the Elite Eight, next week, and we'll recap
uh,
Sweet 16 and the Elite Eight and preview the Final Four. And I don't know, man. Let's go.
yeah.
Let's have.
Hopefully I'm still smiling by next week.
Hopefully
Let's
you're
go.
still smiling. Hopefully you're still smiling. So, thank you to everyone who tuned into this. You can check out other content on YouTube. You can watch all of our other podcast episodes on YouTube, all of our shorts. We got a few other things up there. Please remember to like and subscribe. Smash that like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and then wherever you get your podcasts, go on there and do the same thing there. Apple, Spotify, wherever else. We appreciate your support of the Trudge Report podcast, and we'll see you next time. Good night and God bless.